was an officer, we had dinner with generals and colonels and went to the officers club. And especially when a general came in, there are 16 pieces of cutlery that are at a formal dinner. And by the age of 3, we had to know how to use each one and what it was for.
Wow.
I think we need a review. Could you walk us through that?
I think the safe part is always start on the outside and work your way.
That's right. Basically, that's correct. That is correct.
It's when you get to the top of the plate, I get a little confused.
Okay, so at the top of the plate, you start from the furthest out and work your way in.
Oh.
And if you're in the right place. Now, I did learn this. Now, I do understand the silverware part. I have the table manners down, except for obviously the salt and pepper. But so, and then if you're in the right place, then the people who are doing the serving will remove pieces that you don't need as you go along.
That is correct. They will serve to you from the right and remove from the left.
Mm-hmm. And so if you start off with a wine glass, so tell me the glasses that are usually there: a wine glass, a water goblet,
glass, and a coffee cup.
And a coffee cup. And once you have declared that you don't want wine, they're going to take that glass away.
No, you would have to request it. So if they went to try to pour it to you, you would hold 2 fingers over the lip of the wine so that you would, over the glass, so that they would not pour it. And then you would say, would you please take the wine glass? I'm not going to be having wine tonight.
Oh, okay.
And if you don't want coffee, you leave it upside down, not up, because the coffee cup up means I want coffee.
Right. Well, I've learned that the hard way in many conferences. Flip that baby over. All right, let's talk about napkins. I mean, we're going to have a practical lesson really quickly. Because I know that one school makes sure that when their students go for their formal dining, they ask for black napkins instead of white napkins. And why is that?
And that is because a lot of times, and almost every time that I teach at the schools, they're in black. They have black pants on, black jackets on, and those white napkins are going to leave specks of white cotton all over the black.
Mm-hmm. Life's simple things get you in trouble, don't they?
Yeah.
All this talk, I can't wait till we're back out in restaurants again. So that'll be exciting.
No kidding. But here's the other thing about napkins is you fold the napkin either in half or in a triangle, but the fold is against your body, okay?
Really?
So the fold is always against your body, and that is because you're only supposed to take the corner of your napkin and dab your mouth. Not wipe it like you're at the ballpark.
Like you at a barbecue.
Well, I am taking a lot of notes over here about all that. Cindy, what makes you hopeful that we can be better, kinder, more polite as we, however long this pandemic goes, but most importantly, post-pandemic, what makes you hopeful for that?
I think that because the COVID has made everybody so antsy and so short-tempered, I think that we're going to overcorrect. I think we're going to come back being a little bit kinder, a little bit nicer. We're going to be so glad to see people. We're going to want to hug everybody.
Okay, now, since we are in the pandemic, and since one of the most important things in American society, in U.S. American society, is to meet people with a handshake, what can we do instead for those times that we do meet people in person?
In America right now, the most common way to a handshake is to bump your elbow to the other person. So you're going to do the elbow bump. That's the most common one that is done. It's not good to do the fist bump. I've seen some people do that. That's not good. You're touching skin to skin. Typically, the elbow is not going to be touching food or anything else. So you're better off to do that.
And there are people who think that we won't ever get back to doing handshakes. What do you think?
I think that we have learned so much about flus and influenzas and things of that nature that people may not be comfortable doing that anymore. We certainly are not going to be comfortable handing business cards anymore. Those are now electronic, and we send those through our phone, or we tap our phone to the other person's phone.
Wow. What else do you see changing as we move through this? Do you believe the casualness will stay, or do you think you don't think so?
The casualness is never appropriate for a serious business meeting or an interview, especially an interview, because you only have one chance to make an impression. Now, once you know that person, then I can see you stepping it down, but never walking in jeans and a t-shirt. It's popular at Google and Amazon and a lot of other places, but in the majority of the business world where people like us, speakers, we are meeting people and having lunch with people and networking all the time. And that's what they're going on. They may not say anything, but remember, they take note.
So, yeah, sorry, Felda, I just have one more to go on to that one.
Sure.
So what you would say to our listeners is, keep striving for a high level of etiquette and protocol.
Yes, not to the point where you come across as being too uptight, but as soon as they look at you, you're clean, you're neat, you have just moderate makeup, moderate jewelry, just so you don't look crazy.
Well, we have enough crazy in the air that we don't need it anywhere else.
That's for sure.
We don't have a whole bunch of time left, but I want people to know, one, how to get in touch with you, but even more, would you start off by letting us know if someone is out there and they're thinking, wow, I really don't know as much about etiquette and protocol as I thought, how would they get started moving towards being better and more aware?
I'd love them to get in contact with me and let me work with them on different things, because we can certainly do so much of it on Zoom, but also go out to YouTube. Now, not everything out there is correct, I can tell you that, but that's one place you can start. And also watch your body language.
All right. Now tell us about your social media. Where can they find you?
I am all the way across social media. I am on Facebook, Sindy Martin.
With an S.
Also, with an S. Thank you. I'm also under Smartin International. I am also on Instagram as Sindy Martin. I am on LinkedIn, and that's linkedin.com/in/Sindy Martin. I am on everything under Sindy Martin.
Awesome. All right, Rochelle, take us out.
Well, Sindy, I want to thank you so much for being with us today for the etiquette bloopers, how to avoid them in our pandemic society and beyond. I'm sure our listeners learned a lot today. And you are visiting here today with us, Elevate. I'm Rochelle Rice.
I'm Valda Ford.
And we are here committed to elevating the next generation of women in leadership. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.